Hey, just be careful with those tubes below you, man. If Mike and Joel can tie that down, we're going to bring that big piece of wood down to the front of the house. We're going to make a countertop out of it. Yeah, let's go look at it.
So the boys moving down the wood. Relocate again in a new place.
What's the smell? The old snow? Your mouth. Watch that, baby. Thank you. Want to turn it up? Yeah, go ahead.
Hope this one is already in the permanent place because it's really hard to move that one. It's very heavy. The human power. So I have a leftover banana from last week and it's already ripe. So I'm thinking that it's really perfect to make a combo or that banana pudding. So this is I'm doing right now. I'm cooking this combo for our crew snack for this morning. I add the coconut flavor extract and just a little bit of ground cinnamon to have something different flavor for this banana. Hope they're gonna like it. So meanwhile, this morning I harvest our banana heart. I'm thinking or planning to cook this one as a soup, like I add the green papaya and malunggay and mungo bean this morning. But I'm so busy and I have no time already. So I'm thinking yes, I'm going to cook it for tomorrow.
Whew! There's a job getting it down here. So I just took that sliding glass patio door windows, all except that one, out to the beach cabin bill. And we'll probably just go ahead and install those maybe today and just get them put in place, and I'll put some scrap plywood temporarily over them, make sure they don't get broke. But they might get broke here, so I might as well just put them where they belong and get them out of our way. So now this big piece of wood here, well, we're thinking to build, like, in this case it'd be like a reception desk right underneath this front right here. That sink also goes out there for that bill. Right across right here, back underneath right here, you see these lights. And that tube right there is set up for a wire to be pulled for our cameras. So we have a security camera right here in the very front, right at the counter. And eventually, I'm going to have these 2 units changed out, but I'll eventually change those out to split airs. And we can do a really good job closing those holes in like they were never there. But that way it'll move the noise of the air conditioner and the heat out from right there at that spot right behind the counter. Like I say, I'm not going to do it immediately, but maybe in the next year or so I may incorporate that unit into one of those beachside rooms. If I do, I'll do it even sooner and put the little AC unit, say like down right back behind some of these plants right here or something. Put a little pad and just get Melinda to move the plants forward, leave a gap for them or something like that. And the same thing, this one here, they can run the refrigerant lines and we can make a pad and put it right underneath down here. And that will get those 2 out from right here in the very front. So that's what the plan is here at the moment. They get back here and move this where we can kind of look at it. I don't know where they went. They coming back? We got to move this wood? Oh, okay. Okay. Whew. Let's set 2 of those blocks back out of there. We're just gonna set it there so it's not on the ground. I want to look at how I may cut some of it off, or I may leave it whole. I go all the way to the wall with it. All the way till it touches.
Okay.
Well, there's a space around the end. I think I'm gonna leave it whole. We're gonna make a front, make it a countertop across here. I'll probably take that air conditioner and put it in that room we're building out by the beach. Good morning, everybody. Whew, I don't know, maybe it's a good morning. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. It's been a little bit stressful morning for me. Mok's waiting on me, so I gotta get busy here. Making some more of these square pads for building on. One of the reasons I want to use these is, one thing, your structure don't settle down into the ground. All of this sand here, and we buried a lot of organic debris and stuff underneath, and like at one time there was a huge hole right over there, and we filled that full of coconuts and all the palms and all that fall, just all the debris down in there, and we backfilled it. Not trash though, we didn't put trash. I had a strict rule about trash, just organic matter. If we ever need to level it, it would be pretty easy to do And if we ever need to move them, it would be pretty easy to do. Just that I have even legs all underneath. We went back down to the sawmill, and this white color wood, that's Gemelina. This is mahogany. You can see the red color to it. This white is Gemelina. Gemelina is real durable against insects. It's a favorite here with the locals to make door jambs out of Gemelina because the insects just don't like it. So it's got that natural resistance. Not 100% resistance, but it's better than a lot. And another nice thing about it is it's flexible when it's green. Now once it cures, it is rock hard. Once it cures, it's over with. But until then, when it's fresh and young, it's flexible. And what we're doing here is we're bending it. So we've got it jammed up into my fence here. Put a board there. We got it around the coconut, and we got a strap pulling across here on it. And the bottom one's already bending a lot more than the top. It's kind of funny, the camera seems to almost be straightening it out some, but we've already got several inches of curve pulled in it. Let's see if I can find a way to show you here. I don't know why this lens kind of takes it out, but we've really got it bent around that tree there right now. And then what we do is just been pouring water on it, and the bottom one's got a better bend in it than the top one does. And every little bit I'll come by and crank these ratchets again, adding a little bit more and a little bit more. We'll soak it with water a little bit more, and we're putting an arch in these. And these are going to be like our strong back. Man, I'm drawing a blank what you actually call the piece, but so it's going to be the piece right down the center down through there, and we'll start building our rafters off of that coming down. And the roof's going to have a curve to it. In the front it's going to curve up, in the back it's going to curve up. It's going to have a bow like that, and it's going to point out off the back and the front both. The guy down at the lumber yard said it's going to look like a Chinese temple. Kinda so. I mean, kinda so. But I'm gonna give it the top of the roof's gonna have a profile, kind of like looking at a pump boat. You see how that pump boat, see, I can't really get my finger in it there it goes. Has a curve there to it. See from the front and the back. It's got an arch up, bows down the middle, arches up at the end, how the ends are cut right there. That's going to be like the profile line of the roof of this. Well, it's evening time and the work day's ended for the guys, and we didn't get like a mass amount done on that today. In fact, hardly a nail was drove on that today. It takes time sometimes gathering materials, and I took Mop with me. He works really hard, so that's kind of like some little rewards he gets is that he can go, you know, run these errands with me, picking up these materials, communicate with the locals, help load stuff and all, instead of constantly pounding on a hammer. And Joel, he worked on those little concrete pads. He made 4, 8, 12 of them. He got 12 of those done. We moved that huge piece of wood today, put it down front. That was a chore in itself. We put the water tank on top of the house today, and Mop and I worked on plumbing up that gravity tank, because the gravity tank's what's going to be feeding the solar heater. And it's not a pressurized heater, it is a low pressure heater. And so I'll be pumping water with the other pump that's in my well, the 12 volt, up to the tank. and then the water will gravity feed right there into the heater near it, and then on down below to the rooms. So we worked on that. It tried to sprinkle and rain today, but it didn't ever really rain. It sprinkled just enough that it made the metal on top of the roof slick and dangerous for us to be up there. So we had to abandon that. And that's when we decided to go ahead and go to the sawmill and get all this wood. And still working on cranking around the bends in this. Probably ready to try to put a couple more cranks on it here right now. And let's just see if I can get a couple more on it. There we go. There's one. There's another. There's another. So I just brought it around about another inch and curve there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice. Going to be nice. So it's important we get this curve done for the style that I'm wanting this roof. I'll let this rest overnight. I'll probably come out here later on and pull it some again. So one thing I did have Mock to work on at the end of the day, him and Joel both right at the end of the day, is one thing. When they framed this right up here, I see they still didn't finish it. They didn't necessarily get it square right there, because a little pain in the butt when you're using all these irregular shaped woods and wash up lumber and things like that that's warped. So sometimes you got to do a little finagling, a little tweaking. Not twerking. They're not twerking, they're tweaking. Well, they're not tweaking either, because that's also used as a crazy word. Well, they have to adjust it, okay? And it's I think they got that adjusted down. So the end of this one kind of flared up. I told Joel just cut a notch out in the end of this and let it come down and get it all level. So fun of dealing with that. It's been funny, there's motorcycles riding down the beach. Watch this. Here goes one by. One just went by in front of it, and one before that. Look here, watch. You see it? LTO is set up out here in front of the subdivision on the highway today. Not the police, LTO is. And there has been all these bikes cutting around, riding down the beach to circumvent getting caught by the LTO. Trying to get here, be a good place to show you guys. But let's just say like this bamboo siding will be on here, and then I'm gonna torch these joints and make them dark, and then I'll put a finish on it all in between. And when it's all said and done, piece after piece, it'll look pretty nice. I don't know how that just stuck on there, but hung on a nail or something. But try and get a little way to show you here kind of how it's going to look. I don't want the joints lined up like that. I'll stagger them more like that. And I can't move back, but you can get the gist of it right there. That's how we're going to do it. And then it'll look really good when the finish is put on the bamboo and those little joints are darkened up. There goes another motorcycle. So the plywood is just protecting the door right now. Make sure no kids throw no stones or anything, you know, while we're getting all this in order. Or we drop a piece of wood and slam into it. It ain't really about a kid throwing a stone. More like make sure we don't drop a piece of wood into it. But I think it's gonna look pretty cool.
What's up?
What's up, girl?
What's up, bro?
What's up, girl? Oh, abuse. Report uncle abuse. Kids been in the house most of the afternoon watching TV, huh? Having some drinks, having some snacks, watching TV, chilling like a villain. Yeah.
We're watching Big Red Dog.
Big Red Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love you so much. You heading home?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye, baby. So the day kind of got started off rough for me and slow. Little funny things like I sent Miller to go buy some 9mm, that's 9mm rebar, and tell you how many pieces I want. He came back with steel and he told me, bro, your money was short, and so he got less bar, which means we don't have enough to do what we were out to do. I said, why, man? Why would the price be that high? You know, I know the price, just bought it recently. I looked down on the tricycle that's delivering it, and I said, what size you get? He got a bigger millimeter steel, which we didn't want, and got less, so now we don't have enough for the task, and that's why it was higher, because he got the wrong size. Man. So he goes, do you want me to take it back? I'll take it back and get the right. Now here's how that works. So now the tricycle has brought it here, and I owe the tricycle for bringing it here, that long steel, you know, and you pay an above pedestrian rate. Now I'd have to pay the tricycle to return it back over to the hardware place, and then I had to pay a tricycle again to come back here again with the correct size and amount. So I'm better just to keep the wrong size and wait and make another trip and get more steel when we need other things. So that was an aggravation. Then the next aggravation is that Melinda had a name set, and we had searched, and it wasn't being used nowhere or nothing. And she had a name set for her place here, and so we'd already registered a domain for a website. We already registered it on Google services so that it would be out there properly on Google Maps and registered properly and all. So we had all of that set up, everything set up. She had already got some of her permits in that name. So she went to DTI, which is the Department of like Trades, Industry, or something like that. And turns out she should have went there first. I don't handle none of this. Melinda's handling it all. She's asking advice of some fellow business owner friends and people. You know, she's leaning on people she knows to help her. I don't know the routine here because I've never done it. So then she goes to DTI, which she actually probably should have went to first, we find out. And they said that that name is already registered, like trademarked or something. Man, we did a search here in the Philippines for anybody using that name just the way we were using it. We found it used in other ways, you know, other words in it, other top things, you know, but nothing that showed to be out there active and registered or anything. But they wouldn't do it for her, and I didn't feel like arguing it. And I said, you know what, Mel, to be honest, I said, let's just think about this. I said, I felt it was a little cheesy. I felt the name was a little cheesy and overused. And that's one of the problems. Just like, see, when she went to DTI to register it, it's something that's been well used. Man, there's a bunch of motorcycles going down the beach. And I said, look, we are branded here as Texas Filipino. We've been on Google Maps for a long while as Texas Filipino. We have ratings on there as Texas Filipino. We have a channel out there. It's been going for years as Texas Filipino. We sponsor events and stuff here in the community as Texas Filipino. So I said, how about we just stick with Texas Filipino and put beach resort? And she liked it. She didn't argue, she didn't hesitate, she didn't bat an eye. She was 100% on board with that, without a doubt. There was not even a second guessing it. And she said that she really wants that that's really what she wants. So I said, it's done then. So we spent a little bit and we registered a domain that we're not going to use now. I'll cancel it, whatever. And so now what it's going to be, and you can look it up as Texas Filipino Beach Resort, and that is that. So there is some Airbnb listings. You can book direct with us, but be honest, I'd rather you go through Airbnb if you want to. Now, if you flat out don't use Airbnb and you want to book with us, well then last chance is contact me. He's spinning in the sand, man. He can barely go. Here come more. Everybody's trying to get around the LTO. That is hilarious. Here's even some riders, I guess, just walking. Oh, this is so funny. This is the first time I've ever seen this happen. Ever of all my years here. What's up, man? It's so funny. Oh, careful. Oh. The sand's thicker here in front of us. They're recording it too. That is funny, man. There's still more coming. He can't hardly go in that sand. She's gonna have to walk a little bit. And they're pushing them up over here, going into a neighborhood over there. And there's a trail comes back out, which is funny because it comes out right in front of the police station. Look at that beautiful evening. Boy, they're spinning, they can barely go. There's another one. And she's walking it out too. That's the dealio. It is going to be Texas Filipino Beach Resort. It's Melinda's business. She already went to DTI. She already went back to the barangay, to the city, to all the different offices everywhere. They were more than happy to change the name for her, and it was no problem. She got it all flipped around, of course, because the DTI said that, you know, she needed to do it different, so they honored that. And so now Melly Mel here at the new beach highway is got a new name again. Yeah, I was just telling the viewers all about that. Man, you know, this is my first time all the years here to see this many bikes. It's been going on for hours. While you've been gone, this has been happening. They say LTO's the one set up on the highway, not the police.
Just because yesterday is police, so today is LTO.
LTO, and you know LTO's super strict. They will confiscate your bike in a heartbeat, man. Car, anything. They will load them up. So here's the deal. The reason being is that prior to Christmas, back in November, LTO was doing a nationwide crackdown on no registrations. Okay? No registration, no insurance. So they eased it up during the holidays. And they decided, and they put out that they were not going to pursue people during the holidays for no registration. It was an ease up on policy. And after the holidays was over on New Year's, they put out again that they are going to continue on as they were in November with the crackdown. and they are after millions and millions and millions in this country. Each province had massive numbers. I mean, each single province, like the Iloilo province, and say like the Antique, and say like down Cebu, Manila, all the places, each province had millions of bikes and vehicles with no registration.
Back and forth.
Yeah. And so
That's a problem with them. You know, I'm agree with the LTO. You know, those people there, you know, they just...
these are the ones that would hit and run you also, you know, because they don't have any.
And plus, it's also very unfair to the people that follow the rules. You know?
Well, that's the same thing on the e-bikes. LTO is wanting to crack down, and they're asking them to pass a ruling ASAP to crack down on the e-bikes for them to be registered the same as any other vehicle and meet a standard and qualification. Because all these e-bikes are stealing from, it's not just the danger on the road, they're stealing from all the people that have a registered business for, what do you call that, a franchise, the tricycle franchises and all. Yeah, he's just walking his because that sand buried down. Is it LTO? Yeah, LTO. Yeah. This is the first time I have ever seen that.
There's so many.
And they won't be able to do it after a while.
I think I'm gonna mix this
But-
LTO. Next time they're gonna set up here.
Set up out here.
One
Yeah.
on the beach and one in there and
That's hilarious. Oh, you're gonna be a little tattletale, huh? Man, let it be the Wild West. Just let it be. It's kind of fun. They know that people do this, you know. Wow, it's like now it's a dirt bike trail. Go get my KTM ride with them. I said, but I don't want the salt on my bike. It's funny, man. Funny. Well, it's not a normal thing. You're gonna have to get a motocross now. The things people do, man, it's so funny.